What is up, YouTube? Edgar here, and welcome back to another update on my portfolio. Currently, I'm at 4,739, which is a 9.08% week, but I am still overall down on my from my all-time high, which was around 5,700 ish. Due to the part that I am still holding those two SoFi and Palantir Leap options. Hoping for Palantir to go to 100. Then this next coming not coming weeks with earnings, but hopefully by the end of the year. But I do hope to sell it before any time before that time. Also with SoFi, um, did we did get some good reports on the banking reports that came out earlier this week. And now I'm finally in the green for SoFi. Total return, let's see, is only $10. Palantir total return is 106. Oh no, that's just today's return. I know it was a little bit more. Yeah, total return is $40 so far, and for Palantir 705. Like I said before, I believe I was up like 1,500 ish, but I'm not too worried about that. I do, however, want to sell it, not because I don't believe in the company, but just to lock in profits. So not much has gone on my portfolio. We're just rebouncing back from last week's sell off that we had in the markets. Crypto, as you can see right now, let's see. I know Bitcoin is up simply because that meme coin with Trump. So let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin's hitting all time highs, or about to hit, going back to like around all time highs, almost at 1,600, almost 1,010. Seems to be like a good resistance points for Bitcoin, 1,010 ish, around that area, since we haven't really hit it. Like I said, if I had capital, I could have got a free IBITC or IBIT Leap around the $94,000 mark, and that would have probably already been in some gains. So moving forward, I'm definitely gonna locking gains ASAP. Locking gains ASAP. Wait for the stock or the ETF to come down. Purchase another Leap. Locking gains again, and I'm gonna limit my account to just one Leap. And as you can see here, I do also have like 7 shares of SCHD and 3.21 of DGRO. The whole point of this portfolio of why I started it was to increase my income through options, but so that I could then deploy that capital into dividend stocks or something, or other equities that I'm more interested in investing for the long term. I don't plan on selling these anytime soon. I'm not trying to do any options on them or anything like that. I don't necessarily think the volume's even good for that, but I don't want to risk that any any of these shares that I gathered to be ever called away or lost, simply because this is a long term play. All these options that you see or that I'm gonna do in this portfolio are all short term. Even though they are leaps, I am simply I'm purchasing time, so those options are a little bit more extra when it comes to how expensive they are, simply because the time factor is being included in that. Longer term options are more expensive because you have more time for you to be right. So there's the reason why I have these two right here, and I think once I do reach, let's see, once I do lock in profits at about 3,000 ish, I think put I'm gonna put those 3K into SCHD, DGRO, maybe some SPY, and IBIT for the long term. I know I was thinking about doing options on IBIT, which is the Bitcoin ETF, but I want to be able to also have some for the long term. I think it's a little bit safer in the sense that it's safer to hold IBIT than Bitcoin, in the sense that I won't have to worry about necessarily my Bitcoin being taken away or something like that, because that has happened to me before. I was involved, or I was investing on a platform that did go out of business, and I did end up losing all those cryptocurrencies that I had on the that I had on that exchange. And so I just rather just own IBIT and hold it for the long term. I know it's probably better just to buy Bitcoin directly, but I want to also do options on it. IBIT is probably the most liquidable option ETF out there right now. So that's my main reason why for that, and I'm happy as long as we're in the green right now. I did look like it was gonna probably go red. Look at this, I went down as low as, let's see, 4,300 ish, and so, but we're going back up to all time highs. Hopefully, next week or 2 weeks when SoFi and Palantir release earnings. I think SoFi is later on in like 2 3 weeks. I know SoFi. I mean Palantir. Palantir is in the next, what it says right here. Palantir. Right here. Palantir does, yeah, have earnings in 14 days, and I believe SoFi has it in like 3 weeks, 7 days after that, something like that. So, yeah, nothing much going on in my portfolio. I'm not over here trying to do YMAX, high yield, high yield, high yielding stocks. It just doesn't make sense to me. Something about it just um, doesn't really add up to me. Like, I don't want to invest in a ETF or something like that that keeps going down in NAV value. That's the biggest issue with me. You're basically getting your money back, and I want my money that I already have to be working for me. So, yeah, let's see. So yeah, right now, nothing much is going on in my portfolio. Trying to lock in these profits when I can, and then I'm gonna start doing credit spreads. I think I'm gonna stick to credit spreads and just one leap option. I think that's the way to go for this portfolio, and then I'm gonna try to just put everything in SCHD, DGRO, SPY, and IBIT. I already have some allocation ideas for that. I want to do SPY around 40% of my portfolio, SCHD 20, DGRO around 20, IBIT about 10, and the rest of the 20% to be in just cash to be able to do leap to be able to do options. But right now, that's the goal for later on. But right now, I am gonna hold a lot bigger assets or a lot more assets in cash, simply because options are gonna help me um compound my growth on this portfolio, since it's small right now. It's 4,000 is not that much. You can easily lose that in the stock market. So that's the goal right now. First goal is to hit 5K right now. Go back to the 5K mark. My next goal from 5K would be to hit 7,500. So that's one thing I have yet to do. My portfolio is only all-time highs around, what, like I mentioned, 5,700. So hopefully, once I go back to that, those all-time highs, I can hit 7,500. From there, I'll try to hit 8,500, and from there, I'll try to hit 10K. So my goal for this portfolio is 10K. 10K is the goal, and so subscribe to see if that happens. Subscribe to see if you're interested on the plays that I do. I didn't do any credit spreads this week. Definitely gonna look for more opportunities. I think and that's what I'm gonna focus on, just credit spreads. Going back into my core portfolio holdings, which would be SCHD, DGRO, SPY, and IBIT, and then do leap options that can help me, with the leverage, can help me increase my portfolio overall. So subscribe to see if you're interested to see what goes on. I know not much happened this week, but I'm just happy to gather or get some gains back. So have a good week, y'all.